See if I can do this quickly. Hopefully nothing attacks me here. This is the night. Alright. That got a little tense. You notice I healed up a little bit by sleeping, but my hunger went down quite a bit. I need to cook some of this meat. And I really need to get myself some shelter. I mean, there's still some spiders out around here and there. They're sometimes a little twitchy during the day if you get too close. And, of course, creepers. I'm not all that high of a level right now. Now I'm going to do this in a long-term, oh crap, recording session, but I'm going to try to break these up into 10 to 15 minute chunks to be easier on the viewing consumption, and especially since I don't have as much time as I used to do recording, so that'll give more episodes to watch and give me more time to edit things. Hopefully do a better job than just smashing it all together. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. Yeah, so there's a hole down there, and this dirt doesn't have any grass on it, so there is actually the possibility of the ground collapsing underneath me. It's entirely possible to walk over a dirt-covered ravine and have the ground collapse beneath you and you fall into the ravine to your death, which would not be fun. But that's just one of the things that makes this mod so great, is that it's a lot more of a survival experience. Okay, I'm going to get out here in this big open area, make sure there aren't any creepers creeping up, and we're going to cook some of this pork. First, I'm going to need a fire starter to make with 2 sticks, toss down 3, and then use the fire starter on it. It doesn't always start on the first tick. Sometimes it can use multiple fire starters, and you can only cook 1 piece at a time. You sit here and see it's warming up, and you notice that there's a weight and a size associated with most every item. That's a heavy weight, but very small, and that actually determines whether or not something can be stored in a chest. Things like large tools cannot be stored in a chest. You actually have to build tool racks for them. Now, while you can only cook things 1 at a time, you can it will stack up in the output. Now, I don't have any logs to continue to fuel this fire. Let me go ahead and cut down a tree here. Let's find a good sized one. One trick I've learned with the axes is that you can use an almost dead axe to cut down a tree and it'll still cut down the whole tree. So if you're going out foresting, it's actually better to not repair your tools because you get more efficient use out of them, especially when you're dealing with stone axes. Now, once you get into dealing with metals, you can make a saw, which is a lot more efficient at cutting trees down. You get more planks per log when you use a saw rather than an axe, which makes sense. And there's a lot of other stuff. So I mean, I won't be able to make a sword for quite some time. There's no napping pattern for making a stone sword. Go ahead and throw some logs in there. There's your fuel supply. Go ahead and grab this out. You see when you highlight the food, you can see your hunger bar shows you a preview of how much it's going to restore. Go ahead and keep both of these get fully healed up, or fully hungered up, and you'll see that my health restores very slowly. It's not a fast healing process, which makes a bit more survivability required. Good. Keep on collecting some stones. What kind do we have here? It's still a bunch of mudstone. Now what I want to keep an eye out for is some good, like, granite or dacite or dolomite. Those kind of igneous stones are what are needed for stone anvils, which is what you'll be needing in your initial forays into smithing. Now you notice I can't sprint for very long right now. Wow. I guess I can sprint for a decent amount of time right now. But my water is getting low. I'm going to need to drink soon, which fortunately, when you're not able to get glass, you can just go and stand in water for a moment and it'll fill up your water bar. But once your water gets down too low, you can't sprint anymore. I guess I'm going to go ahead and make some more axes here. Make some more planks here too. And stacks of planks only go up to 8 per stack. Oh, good hickory and chestnut here. Different woods are going to burn at different temperatures and for different lengths of time. So you'll have, like, pine is going to burn hot, but it's going to burn fast, whereas something like an oak will have a bit cooler of a temperature but burn for a lot longer. So there's different things. Like it's possible to smelt like copper in a campfire, but you need a really high heat. So unless you have just the right woods for it and a lot of it, you're gonna have to put some bellows next to your campfire to pump the heat up a bit. But that's still getting way ahead of myself there. Let's make some more axes here. I'm shift clicking when I take that rock from my output of my crafting so that it automatically puts the one that's not being used back into the stack. So you see I've got 58 there, but then I click that and I'm back up to 59. Otherwise it would actually drop it on the ground in front of me like this. And also I was shift clicking when I was taking these pieces out. Otherwise it'll put these junk pieces, you can just drop them in your inventory and they go away. I'm guessing that's just a leftover bug that needs to be cleared out. But 4 axes will do me for right now. Notice that my health has been slowly regenerating over this time. It's still nowhere near full. Maybe regenerated half the damage since I last ate. Go ahead and cut down some of this birch. But this is more a game of taking your time, making smarter decisions because you're more limited with your resources. You're not going to just, you know, within 10 minutes have the best weapons in the game by delving deep down into a cave. You try to do that and you're going to die really quick. You know, you spend a while in the Stone Age and you slowly make your way out of it, and you're not truly out of the Stone Age until you've gotten enough copper to craft yourself a copper anvil so you can actually really start making some of the second tier metal gear. And look, it's almost nighttime again. Let's go ahead and make a well, you know, we've got a nice cleared spot here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw down the bed, and I'll sleep to skip the night, which should also heal me up the rest of the way, just to prevent mobs from spawning out here. Seeing food goes down, health goes up. Go ahead and eat another pork chop. And back to lumberjacking. And one of the really cool things, you see all these grasses around here, which I haven't really been hitting up, but you'll get wild seeds for different types of crops out of those. You got these stones that are all over the ground. And they actually all slowly respawn. Even trees, if in areas that have the right moisture and temperature conditions, saplings will respawn and plant, and over time trees will grow out of them. It's really a pretty well thought out system. I mean, I don't have enough different food ingredients yet, but I mean, there's even a meal system where put 4 different ingredients together with a bowl and make an actual meal that heals more hunger than just the plain individual foods. You can even, you know, make a meal out of 4 different things that are barely worthwhile on their own. What's this? Just some seeds, but that was soybeans. Ooh, eggs. Good, good. Eggs cannot be thrown, but they can be cooked. I'm going to go ahead and leave those chickens alive for right now. Let's see, right now I've got some cabbage. I don't need that rotten flesh. Cabbage, pork chop. I said I don't need that rotten flesh. Not a whole lot. I'd really like to find myself a nice outcropping that I can, you know, wall up and build, but, you know, I guess this is a decent enough spot for, well, not really. What I need to do is keep on searching around and until I find hints of metal, which is the other thing about collecting all these stones, is that occasionally you'll get metal nuggets of some of your 3 basic metal types, either bismuthinite, cassiterite, or sphalerite, which are for bismuth, tin, or zinc. And they all have you know, their own different melting temperatures and workability temperatures and things like that. I also need to keep my eye out for clay so I can make some molds, because molds are vital for casting ingots. And then of course I'll need my stone anvil of the appropriate hard stone in order to actually work the ingots into tools. I think I'm going to head into the... get some more. I'm thinking I'll probably be heading into the mountains here. Get my lookout. Oh. So pressing N will open up your calendar to show you your season, day of the week, date, and that's actually important for your agriculture. So there are fruit trees, which I haven't seen any of yet. Oh, but if you look up there on that hill up there, you can see there's some, I think those are, no, I think those might be tomatoes. I'm going to go take a look up there. Where's the sun? Yeah, we're good. But anyways, yeah, there's fruit trees of various types that only blossom and provide fruit during particular times of the year, just like real life. And you can, if they're an old enough tree, you can harvest some saplings from them, only from particular branches, rather than having a chance from any of the leaf blocks like you can with a normal tree.